Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, this is Mr. Black Channel here, Ticker Talker, and it is time for the Strat Report. So, new highs for the SPY, so it gets a little boring, but it is what it is, and you can see here SPY monthly goes up and takes that out, and is really clear the whole way, down, inside to the upside, and here if you go to the upper middle, the weekly all still two in its way up, but you can see these daily ranges still here in the SPY, right? Barely doing anything, so it's really kind of difficult to do anything with that. QQQ and QQQ. More new highs once again, two in its way up, upper left here. So what are you going to do? So you can take a look at Dow Jones Diamonds. And Dow Jones Diamonds still inside month and up, but not to the highs just yet. So you can see how it does that. It does take the month here. And now you can see this week still on a Wednesday. Diamond's still inside on the week, so it's something we want to avoid. And you can look at this range on the daily, upper left, sitting here doing nothing, right? And that gives you the inside 60 like so. If you go to small cappers, and small cappers still inside month to the upside, and you can see once again, look at these weeklies. It came firing out of the month and then just stuck in here, so not tradable really. So we're going to stick on the stocks. We got the Tesla still holding up his Tesla, but you can see here on the 60 drying up a bit here. So that's, you got to wait for that corrective activity when they triangle them out like that. But for right now, just kind of sitting there. So if we go to Tandem, TNDM, and TNDM, if you go lower middle, you're going to see the inside month. Right, so we don't like that, but it is green. And if you're not going to be an inside month, you get a signal on somewhere else, and you can see this in the upper middle here. Is this something we look for? It definitely is. Here, inside bar, pokes down, and then reverses the 1-2-2 rev strat, and that's good for the rest of the week here. Over 104.94, and so that's still good there. Tandem, another one we've been watching for a while here. Overstock. And Overstock here, this is in the Strat Attack show last night. If you watched that, a lot of this stuff is going to be in there because it's pretty good. Here we go. Inside week to the upside. So you just have exhaustion risk. What we like in the monthlies is nice long green bars. That tells us we definitely want to be involved. So we'll see. Right now it goes inside on the 60. Came out firing in the morning, but we'll see if that reloads. If we go to JD, and JD, just another exhaustion risk on the highs, lower middle, and you can see that just blasted into the highs. And here's what we look for once again on the weekly: the tick up, the tick down, and boom, off she goes. And you can see a nice 3 days in there. Then it gets stuck in here, and so we'll see if we get anything to set up for us in the. Right now you're inside on the 30. We'll see if anything comes of that. You prefer this, like right out the chute. You see that? Slightly up, slightly down, and then bam. If we go to Crispy, and this was definitely in the show last night, Strat Attack. And now, like a lot of things, this market gets dried up and you're inside on the 60 here, lower middle. And the reason we like this is long green on the month in the middle, and then inside week to the upside, you're just going into the high, so you got some exhaustion risk, and we'll see. Like I said, exhaustion risk doesn't mean it's going to reverse. It just means it can stall out like it did here, because we want to come back through previous ranges. Remember that because what that does is it triggers stops to help things go our way. If we go to Motorola, and Motorola, this is also in the show because the inside week here to the upside. You see that? Inside week to the upside, and here on the month, the two up, the two down, and then taking that up. That gives us our buy signal there still going. You see the daily just drying up a little bit, but we'll see if, once again, here's an inside 60 dropping off. We can see if it goes inside, down, and then back up. If we go to OTRK, and OTRK, and here you can see this was nice down here in the monthly in the lower middle. Boom, off of that. Now, still inside in the week, but you can see the size of the range here, right? It's had like $12, $13 range. Still can take that out. So it came out firing pretty quickly here. We'll see if that sets up again for you. And there's your outside bar right there. So that's a little quick for most, so we'll see if that gets you a 30. Maybe we get an inside 30 out of that going forward. CTXS, and here once again you can see that inside bar in the upper middle, pokes it down, and now coming back through. So for the rest of the week, we want to see if we can get signals back up over 141. You're sitting there right now, like a lot of things here in the 60 and the 30s. You can see them stalling out with the broader averages, just kind of doing nothing. So you can see the SPY. Oftentimes when you go into highs, it's exhaustion risk, and they just kind of stall out. You got your SPY inside 30 and ticks down a little bit on that QQQ. And this is what you're seeing here, this 2230 down to just stall out. If we go to PDD, and PDD you can see here on the weekly, takes that high, takes that low, and then boom, powering back through. And you can see this here on the upper left. There's your broadening formation now trying to get out of there using that 222 weaker. We'll see if that sets up again. Right now, like a lot of things going 30 back down, corrective activity. If we go to Zilla, and Zilla here, inside week to the upside. This is also in the Strat Attack show last night. Up, sideways measured move. Now I'm going to see if we can take that out. You're almost there. And like a lot of things stalling up, but you can see here in the inside 30 in the lower left, like so. If we go to GRWG, and you can see nice long green bar. That's what we like on the weeklies and dailies. A little quick on this thing, but we can see if that sets up again as well. Let's go down to a 15er. And maybe we get ourselves a 60. And trying to go 60 in directional, right? We prefer the reversals, right? Like this here. The two down and then back up, coming back to the previous range. So maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't, but above 2106 here has my attention for the next hour. If we go to HOME, how are you doing, buddy? HOME, another fast mover, came right out the gate here, and now just like I said, a lot of things got to reset up here. You see this is gradual, and here's your nice inside day here. So the good thing about this one is that when you have that inside day, then you have these other pivots to trigger it, that, and that to come up through there. So we'll see how that goes. We go MCHP microchip, and this is what you will look for on the monthly, the outside bar, right? The inside bar, lower middle. And then once this goes green and starts coming back through, we're looking to go outside bar and maybe even more. And if you go to the weekly, you're going to see something like this up top. Outside, inside, real move. That's definitely something we look for, right? You bet it is. So we'll see if anything more comes of that. If we go to PGNY. And that's just having a nice day here, and you can see what we look for here. Stop them out, the 222, and then bam, right here. So when you combine that with long greenness on everything else, once again, a lot of these things came firing out. And so the good thing is that even if these things stall out for today, that you can continue to look for these patterns because it happens a lot. Because you look at the 60 here, lower middle, here, outside, inside, boom, right out the chute. And you can see the broadening formation clear as day here, like this, the slight higher highs. In the slight lower lows, and then boom, right? So we'll see how that goes, if there's anything more in the tank there. CGen, C-G-E-N, and CGen, once again, upper left, you can see the inside day, right? So it goes up, inside, 2 and 2, and that reconfirms the month down in the middle. Boom. Now you got exhaustion risk because you're going into the highs. You can see like a lot of these things, they just came up pretty firing out of the gate pretty fast. If we go to Adobe, and Adobe just took the 60 here, and you can see this pattern that we've been seeing all over the place. Right? Outside, lower left, outside, inside, real move, right? And what that reconfirms is this weekly, upper middle. Take out the high, take out the low, boom, take it out right there. And these are going to become an outside bar of that, these two. Still an inside month in the middle, but we'll see it when you have bright green, if they see if they can keep going. Let's see what else. You got W still going here, too. So a lot of the usual suspects still going, and like I said, when you get nice long green bars on the monthly, good things tend to happen. We got Captain Kirk. And Captain Kirk, there we go. Nice daily you got there. Like I said, another one coming out pretty quickly. And even if you go down to the 15, it was a little quick, but here's how you can get in on this one. There you go. 15 minutes. Outside, inside, pow. Then we can get them up here, wait for them to stop them out. 2 down, 2 back up, back to the previous range, and that's how you get on that, right? And this daily upper left, right? We call that the Momo Hammer, right? So anybody who's short in here, right, and didn't cover and was hoping for this thing to roll back down, got met with the guys who were buying this thing like mad on the weekly and monthly and just got steamrolled right there. Broader average is still drying up a little bit here on the highs as we can expect. For the downside, we like them all-day sucker BMRN, the giant lollipop all-day sucker pattern where it just keeps puking. And so once again, you're going to see in the monthly here, T2 reversal on the gap, right, and coming back to the previous range. That's exactly what we want, because all through history, there's going to be guys just getting ripped through here, trying to pick their bottoms and be like, oh, that's support, that's support, that's support. Is it? Bam, 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 right? Just keeps getting steamrolled. So now, we'll see if you can get this thing to go inside 15 or even poke up its head. And finally, a little green, maybe get a chance to get in on this. If you slow it down and go to a 30, still puking, you might get an inside 30 out of that. We'll see. All right, broader average is still softening up just a tad. We also had CRM, looks like going to the highs here. What's that going to do? CRM going to the highs, and that was also in last night's video. The strat attack, because of this weekly here, upper middle, 2, 2, right there. Now we're going to look to take this baby out right here. That's 209.95, so you got some distance on that one. More bio, ALNY, not totally getting pounded, but ALNY, something we look for, the inside day to the downside. Now it starts to recover a little bit here, so we'll see if anything more comes of that. JKHY. JKHY, now that goes inside in the 30, and once again, if you go to the upper middle, you're going to see the weekly pokes up, and then boom, comes all the way through, right? Does it mostly a gap here, but once that opened, you can go after that thing knowing that this thing's going to be an outside bar. If you look at the daily in the upper left, you're going to see this, the machine gun. So even though it gapped here, anybody who stopped on all this kind of stuff gets wiped, take them all out, and then it starts to firm up a little bit, as you can see here. Now an inside 60 to see if they want to try and reverse this thing back up, because you've got an outside month in the lower middle. So once you're outside on the month and the week, that's a broadening formation. So if they're willing to pay down and sell up, or sell down and pay up, they might do it again. You got Kirk going into the highs right now. We also got Cree inside 60 here right now. And so Cree, you can see this in the upper middle, pokes up, and then boom, back to the previous range. Started yesterday, and then continuation today, coming back through all these guys to see if it can get worse down into here. Because if you go to the lower middle, you're going to see potential outside month, right? And until you get a reversal against that, we're going to go down. It's going to go down and go outside month. We also had gold backing off a bit here too. It's like not the end of the world because it's still an inside week, but certainly when you see this, the 2 up, the 2 down, now an inside 60, we'll see if there anything more of it comes, because it's good for like a J-nugger that can move around a lot. Now inside on the 60, so we'll see if those firm up as well. Let's take another look around here. Palo Alto just heating up here a little bit. PANW. And Palo Alto, inside week to the upside. If you go to the upper middle, you see that inside week. Now this thing, something just kick-started this boy. Let me see here what's going on here. There you go. somebody got a little bit excited over that one. But you got your inside week and up. You still got some week left, which is good for you, which is good for that. So the Strat Attack is a show I do on Tuesday nights. All the videos that I do here at Ticker Talker, at Smith and the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, are all free and pretty informative. So stop by the Smith and the Black channel on Ticker Talker, watch the free vids, and then when I'm talking about it during the day, you'll have already known from last night. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith and the Black channel here at Ticker Talker with Strat Time Report.